For the past year, a group in High Point has been researching history in the Black community to figure out whether the city should offer reparations. They've come up with a suggestion, and WFMY News 2's Itanise McMiller was there when they laid out their plans.
When you hear the term reparations, the first thing that comes to your mind is probably money. But that is not what they're considering in High Point. They want policies that focus on education, transportation, and housing.
1870s to 1920s, there was thriving Black communities in this area. Individuals came together and purchased land, built homes, had thriving businesses. What restorative economic policies do is bring us back to that point.
That's the idea behind suggested changes by the One High Point Commission. They took a deep dive into High Point's history and showed how changes in policy, instead of giving out money, could create a lasting impact.
We have to deal with the history of our city that impacts how we live today. We also have to look back and see if there are policies that put in place that are going to hinder the city's growth.
City Councilman Michael Holmes is one of 13 people on the commission tasked at creating a plan for reparations for the African American community. It includes housing assistance, school renovations in historically Black neighborhoods, addressing food deserts, and transportation improvements.
And just to be able to have transportation to get to interviews and to be able to get jobs and not have to worry about how am I going to get to work the next day.
Iris Hale has lived in High Point most of her life. She says learning about the commission's plan gives her hope.
I'm glad that we're opening up and taking in people's perspectives and trying to do something about it to make it a better place.
Holmes was very open about his encounters with racism that impact how he raises his children today.
How I push them to be better, because they're not going to be valued. And I hope that changes.
That's why he's pushing council to approve their recommendations.
What if we in High Point are the generations of racial healing and reconciliation across the country?
And City Council will vote on the recommendations at its meeting next month.